we're starting to see a significant engagement by institutional investors into the crypto markets. Now we have evolved into an STO model to where that it looks more like traditional investment banking, private equity, venture capital, or an IPO. As far as mass adoption, we're probably about at least 2 to 3 years away. And most of it's going to be driven by the institutions, not individuals. And then the individuals will come on for the ride. Hi, I'm Dennis O'Neill. My background is 25 years of investment banking. I started 2 of the largest regional investment banks in Chicago, and I ran the SoftBank E2 Capital office in Chicago. I've raised a little bit over $2 billion in early stage capital. I've taken 70 companies public, and now I'm considered to be a thought leader on cryptocurrency and blockchain. I am currently the Chief Investment Officer of DigiMax.Global, which is a publicly traded investment bank that is focused on funding STOs. I've spoken at over 25 conferences around the globe, and that's pretty much everything. Well, I think there's a couple of things that are very, very interesting. Number one is I think that the evolution and the maturing of the market from ICOs to STOs. The problem that we had with ICOs was that they were pretty much unregulated. There was no accountability, there was no transparency, and there was very little due diligence. And a lot of the companies had inexperienced managers, and it was concepts. Now we have evolved into an STO model to where that it looks more like traditional investment banking, private equity, venture capital, or an IPO, to where that you have a security that's fully regulated, you have transparency, you have accounting, you have shareholder rights, all the things that institutional investors are looking for when they're looking at an investment. So I think that is really, really exciting right now, although that the STO markets are still early. I think that on the other side of that, I think that's what's really exciting is that we're starting to see a significant engagement by institutional investors into the crypto markets. I was at a conference in Chicago, the trading show, and it was all super large institutions. And about 90% of all the trading activity happening in crypto right now is happening by institutional investors, which is family offices, money managers, crypto funds, all the usual suspects. And the investments are coming from institutional investors as well for the later stage type deals. I mean, for the smaller deals that are still startup or really, really early stage, most of that is still retail. But we're really looking at overall activity. 80 to 90% is coming from the institutional investors, and that's what our firm focuses on, is raising capital from institutional investors. I think that's going to happen mostly because STOs look, feel, taste, smell a lot like traditional investing. So I think that it's easier to morph into adopting a system that is faster, cheaper, safer, 100% transparent with an immutable ledger that cuts all the middlemen out. I think that that's definitely going to happen. Where the real, the rub in the deal is liquidity. Institutional investors and most investors like to see liquidity. And to see liquidity, we need more STO exchanges, and we need more registered deals on STOs, and we need more trading volume on those deals. So. We're in the beginning. We're at the beginning of the beginning of the beginning for the STOs, but I think that we're going to see the hockey stick. I think within 2 to 3 years, this will be, a multi-$100 billion a year funding source, and that as of right now, there's been 100 STOs done. 60 of them have been done out of the U.S. Under these Reg D offerings. So as far as mass adoption. We're probably about at least 2 to 3 years away, and most of it's going to be driven by the institutions, not individuals, and then the individuals will come on for the ride. Yeah, the best thing about the summit for me is that there's a couple of things. Number one is that Malta led the charge for regulation. So for the first time ever, we actually had a prime minister that was willing to go to conferences, talk about how pro they were, cryptocurrencies, and they followed that up with real action by putting regulations into place. So this became a mecca for people around the globe to come to. This is one of the biggest and best conferences out there as far as quality of companies, quality of funding sources, quality of speakers, and being able to educate the market. And it's a pleasure to attend these because it delivers on the promise of being able to network, to be able to educate, and to be able to see high quality companies.